Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime no Mi. Today we'll finally follow up with the One Piece videos here on the channel, and this time we'll talk about someone who seems to be allied with the Mugiwaras, finally joining the Straw Hat Boys crew, something many have been waiting for a long time. In the video for today we will talk about Marco, the Phoenix, and I already count on your support to make the I like it. Your like it is very important and helps the channel. I also count on you a lot to subscribe if you are still new here. You are very welcome to our crew. Guys, so, as we know, Luffy's crew is gaining a huge power boost lately. After all, we just saw the recent official entry of Jinbe, and in Wano everything indicates that we will have even more members in the Straw Hats crew. That's because we see how Yamato already considers Luffy as his captain, having his biggest dream to travel by his side across the seas, and at this point he's facing a Yonko, Kaido, the pirate leader of the Beast's crew, as well as his own father. And Yamato is doing this just for Luffy, waiting for the Mugiwara's return so he can defeat his father. As I said, Yamato already considers himself part of the crew and has already told Kaido that he will travel with the Mugiwaras. Also, going back to the main point of the video, we have Marco himself, who we've been hoping to be with the Straw Hat Pirates for quite some time, and that's because we saw a bond being born between them and Marineford. Marco did everything to protect Luffy during that confrontation, challenging Akainu and asking his teammates to do the same. After all, he said that Luffy was the one who was inheriting Ace's will and earning the respect of his former captain Edward Newgate. And as much as Marco feels grateful to Shanks for that same battle, his bond with Luffy was instantly stronger. He recognized Luffy from the beginning by the stories Ace told him, as well as instantly liking him from the moment when Luffy stopped him, Crocodile, to attack Newgate. After that, it took a long time until we finally reached the point where Marco joined the Great Battle of Onigashima by meeting with the Straw Hat Pirates, where from the beginning he had already tried to stop the Big Mom Pirates from getting in the way of Luffy's battle against Kaido. And we're seeing how Marco's strength is helping the Straw Hats a lot, even to the point where he's facing all the big stars from the Beast's crew, while saying it wasn't easy to face a billion bounty. With all this, many began to wonder if now Marco would finally join the Straw Hat crew officially. After all, they basically have a common enemy. Both Edward Newgate, Marco's captain, and also Luffy, Ace's brother, ended up losing their lives thanks to the plans of the same person who sought renown and power, and thus fate will at some point lead them to the same future confrontation, in addition to Marco already respecting the Mugiwara. And this battle would also be an important point for the Straw Hats to really have new crew members. After all, it is extremely necessary that Luffy has many powerful companions on his side for the battles he will face. We are now seeing beyond Jinbe, the almost confirmed entry of Yamato, and also Marco is fighting alongside the Mugiwara. Many powers would then unite after the Arc de Wano, and this can almost be a confirmation that the biggest battles are about to start. After all, as I mentioned, we have the one who ended up bringing the end of life to Edward Newgate, and also Ace, Marshall D. Teach, who sought to become a Shichibukai, and then changed his plans to get the Gura Gura no Mi. Both Luffy and Marco want to face him, but this battle seems to be even bigger, because this opponent turns out to have something big planned. Since becoming a Yonko, he has become one of the biggest opponents to all pirates. Teach and his companions started to defeat several powerful pirates just to withdraw their powers, now having by their side the best devil fruit being used by their crew, and we don't know the motivation for him to seek so much power. It seems that there is something beyond try to become the king of pirates. It's as if this opponent knew more than we thought, and talking about that, he's not the only opponent of Luffy and Marco. After all, we know that Teach's plan only worked because he ended up taking advantage of the plans of Sekai Sifu that he wanted to face and beat the Yonko Edward Newgate. And we know they have gigantic plans, and mainly plans that also involve the Straw Hat Boy. Him has a giant straw hat in a vault, and we know that Sekai Sifu also knows some importance in Luffy's Goma Goma no Mi. But back to the main thing in today's video, is we talk about Marco and also his powers that would help the Mugiwaras in future battles if they really come together after this battle in Wano. As we know, Marco was the commander of the 1st Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, being the immediate and closest to Edward Newgate, considering everyone, and especially his captain, as his own family. He has been with Newgate for a long time, starting his journey as an apprentice to his crew at a young age, growing up alongside the strongest man in the world and becoming extremely powerful. Not only that, Marco was so close to Newgate that after all the events at Marineford, and then the attempt to beat Teach, we saw that Marco went to his old captain's hometown, working as a doctor and protecting that place until the end moment that went to Wano. Now let's directly talk about his powers. Marco has a gigantic physical strength, as well as most of the great pirates who conquered the Grand Line, and we saw the strength up close in his blows in the Battle of Marineford, and also how he attacked Big Ship Mom in Wano. And as we know, he still strengthens his attacks with the strength of his Zoan, always doing airstrikes, being one of the few Zoan users who seem to have control to the point of using the hybrid form only on parts of his body that he chooses. Furthermore, Marco's stamina is one of the highest in the entire series, having one of the greatest regeneration in all of history. After all, he basically has the powers of a phoenix thanks thanks to his devil fruit. For the same reason we also know that he ends up having incredible speed. We even saw him being fast enough to intercept an attack launched by Kizaru with his devil fruit powers when the admiral tried to hit his captain. And as we are seeing a lot of his powers come from his devil fruit, that he maximized the use of his powers. The Tori Tori Nomi in the Phoenix model, one of the rarest devil fruit in the world, a mythical Zoan that allows even to be immune to virtually all attacks, very similar to Logia. Marco, thanks to this fruit, managed to have an even greater physical strength because, as I said, he fortifies his attacks with the power of his devil fruit and gets several between the hybrid form at will. Also, as I mentioned, he has total control over his transformation. He can even just turn his arms into a phoenix to fly or his legs to strengthen his kicks. And as we see, Marcos doesn't use his flames to attack his opponents, but he can easily use his powers to save his allies in combat, managing to fully regenerate them with the blue flames of the phoenix. Besides, he can pass the potential of his attacks and withstand the big attacks of his opponents without any difficulty. After all, the phoenix flames allow him to regenerate instantly. Also, we know that, as I said, he doesn't attack directly with the flames of his devil fruit, but he is extremely skilled in combat. After all, he knows how to use Haki's powers. Marco is able to use the Kenbunchika Haki, or rather the Haki of observation, to be able to feel the presence of his opponents and at a certain level be able to predict the attacks he will receive. He also obviously knows how to use Busashoko Haki. After all, this is an extremely necessary power for battles that happen on the Grand Line, especially in the New World. And with him we saw him facing Kizaru and Akainu in the Great Battle of Marineford. Even though it didn't really do much damage to him, yet we see that he can face Logia users. And as much as Marco's reward is unknown, the way he mentioned the rewards of the big stars and his being the strongest man's mate, it already shows all the new power the Straw Hats would possess if the Phoenix really joined the crew. Comment what you think about all this. Would you like to see Marco in the crew? Who do you think is the most powerful Mugiwara today? Comment below to help the channel and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your likes in the video to help the channel, and also subscribe if you're still new here. The channel is new and needs your help. Thank you so much for watching our video so far. Your support is very important. See you in the next video. Bye.